My name's Julian, I'm a recovered addict. I had a 17-year horrific addiction to heroin, crack, alcohol. From 12 to 36, I experienced detoxes in London, America, interventions that occurred in my life and my family. Nothing really kind of worked. I didn't get the concept of what was wrong with me. I would finish a detox and then go and do it again. It wasn't that I was baffled, it just felt there was something missing in myself. I found rehabs, good places I would never want to put down, because addiction and alcoholism is such a subtle foe and a killer. I don't want to really put anyone down, but I'm actually in a place called Safe House in India, and it's spontaneous. What happened for me is what I've experienced here has blown my socks off. But I got 13 years and I had hepatitis C. This is the thing that I want to get across to new members who are maybe looking online or hearing about Safe House, because I want to let you know what they've done, because I got clean in a prison environment. I must say, everybody, I am a trained professional now. I'm a psychologist, therapist, I'm an interventionist, I'm a mediator. My whole life has changed. However, going back to them days when I had nothing and it ripped me my soul apart, and my family, my mother, they were confused. I got clean in prison because I was put into prison. And I'd done the detox, and the detox alone is horrific for any family member that is frustrated with the addict or the alcoholic. Please, just try and, have a little bit of patience. Like, phone Safe House. I'll tell you my experience with that soon. So I got clean. So I changed my life and I moved into what we call action. We learned about the mind, we learned about an obsession for drugs and alcohol. We learned that if this is alcohol, that fixes an internal problem. That's not the problem. The alcohol isn't the problem, although we think it is. So I learned that was a good learning experience. It means that I must remain abstinent. But remember, not everybody has to practice abstinence, because some people could just do a detox and then find out that they may have a depression problem and they may need a psychologist to treat them. So there's no one way to do recovery. There's a 12-step process, there's therapy, there's group work, there's many other ways. But my way was a way of abstinence for me personally. So I get these years behind me, and what I got left with, which is a killer, I'm stone cold clean, and I've got hepatitis C, genotype 1A, alongside hepatitis B. This is a result of addiction. This is 13 years, let alone people who are looking at this, maybe me now, whose father, son, daughter, partner needs help now. This is how serious it is. I was at 10 years clean, getting my liver looked at. Anyway, my liver recovered, and then it get left with an ulcer. I had an ulcer. It was horrible pain. And how subtle the obsession was for me was I started taking painkillers over an 8-week period, 9-week period. And you might as well say I was taking like similar effects to heroin. I lost 2 stone. And my family and my daughter said to me, "Dad, like, you're losing weight." And I'm a professional now, and and I was at a place where it was like, I've got to do something. Luckily, it was approximately 10 weeks. And I remember the night, as God is my judge, I remember the night I was thinking, the thoughts that I was having, only I think a family member or the person who's suffering can only understand. The thoughts of death, just the thoughts of anxiety were horrific. And there's me worrying about myself, like what people were going to think of me. And I just looked abroad. I thought I'd like a private rehab abroad, and I don't know what made me think to look at Safe House. I can't tell you. It just come up, and I phoned. No, what did I do first? Yeah, I phoned first, knitting, and then we WhatsApped, and I said to him, I'll need probably a 2 or 3 week detox. I explained that I'm in long-term recovery and this has happened to me. I organised the plane, I'd done the deal. And I must say, he negotiated with me as well. I don't know if that helps or not, but like, it doesn't matter. But he was Nitin was very accommodating and very gentle. And I needed gentleness. I didn't need, any aggression, because there is this underlying anger. I met Nitin at the airport. Now this is where it then moves in. So you've got the story, you've got my story. There's a lot that's happened, a lot of change has occurred. But I was so close to actually wanting to use the drug that I used in the past, heroin. I was so close, so close. And anyway, so what happened was, it's not like a rehab. It is so person-centered, meaning that the doctor sat down and spoke to me. He come up with a detox that was realistic and asked me. I started the meds, the room, the house. It's like, I jokingly said it's like royalty. I'm living in royalty to my family. Like, it's such a beautiful surroundings. And what happened was workshops begun. So there was also yoga as well. The workshops that we'd done was delivered in this house where I am now, there's 5 of us. So you haven't got a whole group of 20 or 30 people, you've got 5 people where you just recover. There's no real, time to waste. It's everybody is working together. Some of the staff are recovered addicts, some are not. And my experience to this day is I'm going home next week. I mean, I've been here for 9 days. And this has not been scripted. This has been through joy of an experience that, as God is my judge, I could have gone back at this time in my life. Now I'm hoping, obviously, that this is more for the person who's just, who's just picking the phone up for an admission. But my story was just a little bit different, with having long periods of recovery and then went back because of a secondary problem, and how my mind felt and how the detox helped me, and how I don't want to sound fluffy, but I received a lot of love and care. That's why I'm talking, that's why I'm doing this. I want people to know that addiction's a killer. I mean, here in India, when I've been out twice, I just see the devastation in certain areas of addiction. This needs to be broadcast. We need to get out there, because when I go home, I'm still dealing with my clients while I'm here. So, I just want to emphasise, like, pick the phone up and speak to one of the staff. I mean, you've got to remember as well that I've observed a person-centred approach with a family only yesterday with the staff, who'd done an intervention on a client who'd previously relapsed. And the mistake was the family didn't get involved. And if you think it's just the addict or the alcoholic, then yeah, but it's family and mother. I've said it in the beginning, everyone is involved in this process. For recovery, you have to take action. We have to get you all together and then move into a course of action. I'm blessed, I'm really lucky. I'm hoping that this reaches somebody, one person, and then in turn maybe phone up Safe House and get an experience for yourself. Thank you.